iMovie has been updated from what we had last year, so I'm just going to go over the basics to get you started. So you want to open iMovie. You either open it if you have it down here in your toolbar, or you go in the applications folder. You can see that I was already playing with the movie file here, so it automatically opens to the last project I was using. To create a new project is simple. You just go up to File and you can select New Movie. Now, it opens into the theme selector. The themes just have automatically inserted transitions and title pages and that. And you may find one of these may fit your need, and so all you have to do is then select that, and then you'll insert your own content. However, you are always able to add in your own transitions and elements later, so I typically start with no theme. You need to title it before you can start. You'll see what event folder it'll be saved into. Now, this is where I have my content, and this is where I have my movie. This is where I'm going to be inserting the content. This is where I'm going to be doing my editing and changing here. So if I already have something in here, I can just select it. The nice thing is, if I double click this whole video file, it all will come down. So I'm going to just select it, then drag and drop. Now you can see that this shows 4.3 minutes and says it's 4 minutes, 21 seconds up here, but it's all zoomed in. So I'm going to use this tool right here to zoom out a little bit. I can even zoom out a lot, or I can just zoom out so I can see the whole clip. And so if my content is in here, I can easily just drag and drop into the editing field. I can import files by just clicking the import key, and then I can look for whatever I need using that, wherever it is on my computer. Another thing you can do is just to drag and drop. So let's say I want to add this video file. I could just drag it from my desktop and drop it into iMovie. Same thing with the picture. I could drag it from my desktop and drop it into iMovie. If I had music, I could do the same thing there. So this is my movie, and this is what I'll see in the screen here. I can add in extra audio if I want. I can double click if I already have it and just drag and drop and place it wherever I want. So let's do that. Let's add it at the beginning. Now if I zoom in a little bit, I can even play around with this a little bit. I can raise the volume up and down in iMovie. So you pretty much are just selecting that yellow line. That's your volume control. I can also go and I can shorten it if I just move my cursor till it gets to the double arrow. I can shorten it. I can't make it longer. One thing I can do, if I right click, I can copy it. Nice thing there then is I can go right to the end, hit Command and V to paste it, and so my song is in essence repeating itself. Right clicking either the movie or the audio will give me extra options here. I can split a video clip or audio clip up. I can add a freeze frame. I can even detach the audio. You can see rip the audio out and put it down here. If I didn't want to do that, I just go up to undo, edit, undo. I can also trim. I can show the clip trimmer. I can adjust. I can reveal an event. So I have a lot of options there for changing that. My other ways to change are kind of found up here. So I need to select what I want to edit. So I'm going to select this video file. And I can go up here. I can crop it. Now, if you add in a picture, so let's do that. I'm going to add in a picture to the beginning. If I add in that picture, you'll see that automatically it has what's called the Ken Burns effect. So let's select this. Ken Burns is where it starts zoomed in on one section and switches to another. So I can see that it's going to start with this and transition to that by the time it's over. Now this may be a great thing. I mean, I could use this effect to make this video kind of zoom down and be like it's going down a document. Oops, there we go. And so if I start it at the beginning, you'll see it'll kind of look like it's just reading down. So that's kind of a good use for a Ken Burns effect if you want it to look like the camera's panning. However, I really don't like that, so I'm going to do a crop to fill, or I can just fit it to the screen. Now you see that if I select here, which I'm just using my cursor, selecting where to start, and hitting the space bar to have it play, I'm not seeing any change. I can also let's go to the movie for a second. I can go and switch the speed. So if I click on the turtle here, I can actually make it go slower, faster, or I can change it. So let's make it go fast. And now I can actually increase the speed so it's 4 times as fast or 8 times as fast. Fun thing here, I'll turn on my volume for a second. What you hear in the background, I might just delete some of these songs. What you hear in the background when I do this, that's the audio. Just it's going really, really fast. So that's what we can do with the clicking on the turtle here. You can add in video effects. There's a lot of those there. That's where that's found now. You can add in audio effects, so you can make it sound different. You can play around, reduce the background noise. That's found here now. You can even play with the equalizer. You can play with the audio. You can try to crank it up. You can lower volume of other clips, so you're making the audio of this stand out. You can even reduce shaky video. So if something recorded with, say, a camera phone is a little shaky, you can actually use this to stabilize it. And it'll work through and it'll figure out a couple points there to try and make it so it's not moving. I can also play with the color palette, and I can play with some of the other visual effects here. So there's a lot I can do here. I can auto enhance it, and that's what that's going to do. And this was the adjustment section. Now, that's kind of basics to get started. When you're done with the video, you do share just like before. The only difference is that you don't see share up here anymore, so you'd actually have to go down to File, then Share. But now I can click Share, and I can select where I'm sharing to. If I want to just download it as a file on my computer, I can click File. I can even upload to YouTube. So let's say I clicked a File. Now here's where I'm going to do a description, tags, and I select the size. You see I have 4 options here. And the important thing is that I can see how big my file is going to be down here. So if I want to, if I make it a little bit lower quality, I see the size of my file drops. That may be something that you need to worry about later. It all depends on if you can share it or not. Once you're done, you click Next, and it will automatically let you pick a title and where you want to save it to, and then it's going to export it. So that's the basics of getting started with iMovie. A lot of it is still there. It's just that the updates bring some cosmetic changes, moving some of the locations of the editing tools. You see that down here I have my transitions, titles, maps, backgrounds, iTunes, sound effects, and GarageBand. While up here, after I select on the file, I can do all of the other fine-tuning effects. And I even have some more options up here if I need to play around with it a little bit more. But this should be enough to get you started, play around, and look for advanced tutorials to come.